What's up, YouTube? Supernova back again for another video. As you see, the carport's empty. The wife just left. Well, the car's finally complete, and thank God it is, because today this one went down. I'll get to that in a minute. Just dropped the brake-in oil out of it. I put some fresh conventional oil. Nothing special, just some conventional 10W30 Walmart special Super Tech. Not the oil of choice, but for breaking in the motor, it's cheap. It's what I use. So I got that in there. I'm running for 500 miles. Then I'm gonna change the oil again, run it for about 3,000 miles. Then I probably if the blow-by has calmed down, then I'll go ahead and put that AMSOIL in there. But right now I still got a lot of blow-by. When you do rebuild a motor or build a drag motor, race motor, it don't matter what kind of motor you build, if you put new rings in it, it's gonna have blow-by, even a diesel. This one does have a little bit of blow-by, so hopefully after doing the break-in procedure I've been doing, hopefully the rings will seat and the blow-by will calm down some. Excuse me. So I'll be driving that for a little while. I got two coils that want to go out on me. Used to, I could pull it up and let it arc on the spark plug tube, put it back down, and it'll run fine. But now it's getting to the point I don't even want to do that. Once it goes out, it's out. You gotta let the car cool down, and it'll run fine after that. To this thing, was going to the child support office, and you know, trying to get them to pull the pecker out of my ass, because I've been trying to get my child support canceled, and I got court order papers to get it canceled, and got that done. Well, I was supposed to get a refund check. I only got one of them. I didn't know there was multiples. I only got one. I didn't know there was supposed to be multiples. So the others should be on their way. Well, I was on my way to the bank to deposit a check in my account, and my car started running hot. Well, next thing I know, I started smelling antifreeze. I'm like, well, that can't be good. As you see, there's no radiator. Hold on a minute. Let me put this up. So, pulled over. Luckily, I was able to get in the DMV parking lot, and lo and behold, got a big crack going across the top of the radiator, and wouldn't you know it, it's the original one. So the radiator is 14 years old. I'm surprised it lasted that long. Another thing too, when I run the AC, both these fans are supposed to kick on. That one wasn't. You'd have to do that number there and it'll start up. So that's a sign the fan is out. So I'm gonna replace probably the whole fan assembly because it's cracked right there in the corner, and so I might have to replace the whole assembly. And I noticed even a leg right here is broke too. I don't know where it come from, how it happened. It might have happened when the car was wrecked before, because I did notice that the bumper bar was bent. So that might be a result of it. Also, it's on the bottom, but this radiator support is broke at the bottom. I'm not going to replace it now. It'll hold the radiator in for now. I was telling a friend of mine, if I go to pull the radiator support out now, the motor's coming out with it, because to pull that off, I'd have to pull the whole front cap off, power steering cooler, condenser, pulling AC hose and all that just to change it. And I'm not willing to do all that unless this motor's coming out with it. So, and right now I don't plan on spending that much money right now. I don't have the money, I don't have the parts. I technically do have the money to go ahead and do the engine build that I said I was going to do, and I still plan on doing it, but it's not going to happen right now. I got too much stuff around my house I've been trying to do. For instance, I want to fix all this. Where you see all this orange paint is where I'm having roof leaks from where the sunroom joins to the house. I got my breaker box updated for my solar panels. That's the solar panel control box monitoring system. That's the shut off. And I got my house wired up for plug and play generator to where it run the whole house except for the hot water heater. It'll run the whole house except for the hot water heater. I have to turn the breaker off. In order to run the hot water heater, I have to turn the top element off, leave the bottom one on, kill the AC, kill all 220 breakers to run the hot water heater. I got a pretty big generator, but it's not that big. It's like a 6500 watt, but it's enough to power the house. I need to get a boat cover for this. I want to fix all this up, rescreen all of this, get some heavy duty tarp, lay it on, give me a jet heater to where I can heat up this space for the winter months, have me a couple of work tables laid out. This is the preparation for when I go to build this thing. I want to lay me out some heavy duty tarps, jet heater, also a 40-inch or 44-inch fan. Open up the screen door, let all the wind blow through in the summer months. I'm also gonna have me a, oh, door's locked. Hold on just a second. Got it going. There we go. But as I was saying, this toolbox I gotta replace. It's gonna be like $400 to replace. As you see, I got crap falling out the bottom. I got crap hanging on the side. I got sockets piled on top of each other. They're organized with these things just so I can find everything. I got screwdrivers. I got a bunch of junk here, screwdrivers here. I got wrenches on the wall to save space, and still I'm out. And there's still tools I need to buy. This is my wrench drawer, and I'll be lucky to close this sometimes. This is my screwdriver and pliers drawer. Ratchets, extensions, special tools, all my half-inch stuff, C-clamps, torque wrenches, air tools, and I got a bunch of stuff on the bottom because I can't fit any of it in here. So I'm getting a bigger toolbox. This one's going. I've had many a cars, many a tools come out of this toolbox to work on cars and stuff like that. It's been good to me. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just getting too small. So I'm getting me a bigger toolbox. That's my nitrous 55-pound bottle. That's a 20-pound bottle, just so you can see the comparison. That's my air compressor. That one went out, so I joined the two for more volume. This is my nitrous refill pump. I got my scale back there. That's my digital readout. This is the board I got for my inventory, AMSOIL stuff, other spare fluids. I got spare parts up in there for the Z. That's and some more tools that can't fit in my toolbox. These are my wrenches that are hanging up on the wall. I got stuff everywhere, and my main goal is, and then these are my rims that I got for slicks for the Z. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I plan on doing with the tax money I'm getting back for taxes this year. I would love to do the engine build on this, but my work area will not be ready, and I want to have a comfortable work area so I can take my time, slowly think what I'm doing, and be able to make videos for y'all, because I said I was going to make videos on doing this. They're going to be a lot more detailed than this for sure, because there's not very many there's not very many engine build videos on these cars. They're not detailed enough, in my opinion. So I want to get this set up to where I can work comfortably and efficiently. But I need money to fix this area up the way I need it to be. I also need to get a bolt cover for this thing so I can actually set it outside to where I can bring the car in here and work on it. Also, now it's daylight. I have this trailer in my backyard I use for storage. This little section right here, I want to cut them bushes down, cut a big giant hole right there. I'm going to build me a wooden ramp to where I can roll my 2 bikes in there, and the lawnmower, as you see right behind that orange bike, up in there, along with my generator and all that other stuff. Try to utilize space on my property. When I try to utilize space on my property, I keep recycled oil and all that stuff in there. And then this is my yard. There's a lot of stuff around this house that I needed to get done that I've been putting off for a long time. So that's why I'm not able to do the engine build right now. It might happen this year, it might happen next year, I don't know, but I promise y'all it will be soon. I know the 25 subscribers that I do have are like, come on, when are you gonna get on with it? Just soon enough. Also, if you watch my videos, I made a video that this is my project bike. Since it's gonna be like a 2-in-1 video, kind of running short on time. I gotta be in bed by 6 because I gotta work in the morning. This is supposed to be my project bike. I had my parts list all set up, ready to go. It's gonna be about $1,400, and the bike is gonna be on the road, repainted, all that good stuff. But I decided to pull the plug on it. I had some issues. I cleaned it up, and one day, it's been doing this for a while. You crank it up, it'll run on 1 cylinder, and then you crank it up next day, it'd run on both cylinders. I figured, well, it might be an ignition problem or whatever. Well, come to find out, it's a carburetor problem, and talking about rebuilding the carburetor, replacing this extra $500. At that point, you're looking at $2 grand to spend just to fix up this bike, and by that point, I can buy me a mid-condition used one, ready to go on the road. So it's not worth it to fix it up. So I'm pulling the plug on it, giving it back to the guy that I bought it from. We was doing payment plans. His bike agreed price was $400. I paid him $50 so far. I told him just keep the $50. I ain't putting no money into it besides buying a book for it. So I told him I would give him the bike back. He can do whatever with it, because it's not worth fixing it up. So, and also another reason why I pulled the plug on it, as some of y'all don't know, back in 2016, I believe, my dad had a accident. He got hurt pretty bad. He suffered brain damage. He's still functional, but he come out the accident with a severe case of PTSD. He can hardly drive anymore, and his doctor told him that if he has one more head injury, he will become a vegetable. So and he's had 3 in his life. First 2 was when he was a kid, then a teenager, and then now with his when he was in 2016 when he had the accident. So he can't ride the bike no more, and I basically took the bike on, paid the rest of the notes, and paid it off, and he basically gave it to me. So hopefully, if his head injury gets better, which I doubt it will, maybe we'll be able to ride again. But for now, this is my bike. It needs a new seat because it's rock solid. It don't have no cushion to it at all. I mean, it's worse than my 1000 Fireblade. It needs a back tire, needs a new seat. Other than that, be ready to go. It's a 2003 Honda Shadow Sabre 1100, a lot more torque than that one over there. Has 32 original miles. It's been laid down before, but other than that, it's a good bike. It gets pretty good fuel mileage. I've driven it myself. It's a good bike, just needs a little fixing up. Back tire, seat, be good to go. This one, I'm not getting rid of it. You'll see this in future videos. I don't have any plans for it or anything. The only plan I do have for it, I'm gonna buy me a Yoshimura pipe, because the baffle on this one, I don't know if you can hear it, it's loose, and it's about to, it's like trying to come out, and it's like me doing 50 where the 3000 RPM range is at. It's freaking headache. It's, you know, very, very annoyingly loud. I mean, I like loud, but I don't like that kind of loud. So I will be replacing this with a Yoshimura pipe. Of course, doing an oil change, replacing the tire and seat on it. Get registration on it. Replace these 2 turn signals because they're crap. But other than that, it'll be a good bike. It runs good. It's got good torque, and it's more comfortable for me and my wife to ride than that one. So, but 2-in-1 video. Pulling the plug on that. This is my new bike. I'm keeping that one. I've always had a thing for street bikes. I haven't been a big cruiser fan because they're so heavy, they're hard to maneuver, and the only thing you can do is cruise. You can't go fast on them or anything like that. But I got it for comfort, and I like to cruise every now and then. That's not really made for cruising. This one does better in town. Pulling the plug on that. We're not going to be making no videos on that. I did have a friend of mine, because we was talking about my YouTube channel. He asked me, he was like, why don't you set up a GoFundMe page and, you know, have people donate money, and, you know, you can raise money for your build. Do it that way. Well, my thing is, I don't like bumming money off of people. Let's just put it that way. I'd rather work for my money. And plus, I've heard and seen some people set up a GoFundMe page for something, and they get ragged on by so many other YouTubers and fans and all that because they set up a GoFundMe page. Like, there's this one YouTuber that I'm subscribed to. I'm not gonna mention the name. They set up a GoFundMe page for a car project to help raise money for it. They both work, but they got ragged on talking about, oh, why don't you get out and go get you a job, blah, 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 and, you know, quit bumming money off of people. I'm not trying to get in all that. So I'd rather work for my money. No later next year, we will be making videos, or I will be making videos on this. I'll be doing the engine build by myself. I'm going to set up this area and make my own personal shop to where I can do it comfortably, and because most of my years I've been working on cars right here, it's just not working. because I'm having to park my SUV out there in the rain, the hot, the cold, letting the sun beat down on it. I'd rather utilize this for parking space and utilize this for workspace. And I'll be getting the boat cover so I can set the boat out there to do so. So, but just to let y'all know, that's why I'm not going to be doing the engine build now. And also, you know, show y'all my little issue here with the radiator. Original one, I can't complain. It ran hot just a little bit, and you know, hot and cold stuff got brittle, finally cracked. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that radiator fan assembly, and all I need to do is get $5 to $6 grand together, and I can go ahead and go with the whole engine build. That's how much it's gonna cost to build the motor to run turbo / nitrous. Turbo kit cost me $1,800. The turbo kit's new. I mean, the turbo is new, but all my piping is used. I can't complain about that. Piping doesn't, you know, go out or wear out. It's got a brand new turbo, but used piping. So the turbo kit cost me $1,800 off of eBay. I had to search for it, but I finally found one. Single turbo kit. Technically, it only cost me $4,000 to build this motor to where it handled a turbo, but I'm running Darton sleeves. That's an additional $1,000. I don't necessarily need that, but I want this motor to handle to where I can throw anything at it and it won't fall apart. So, but that's the game plan. Get all this fixed up to where I make my personal workspace, then I get to working on that. There's also some other additional stuff I need to do around the house that I've been putting off for so long. I got a couple doors I need to replace because this house was built in the 40s. Remodeled and added on in the 50s, and remodeled again in the 70s, and it ain't been touched since, except for this additional sunroom and additional carport. This was added on I think in the 70s as well. So, but house ain't been touched since. So there's some work I need to do to it. I like the house. It's got a solid foundation. There's not a single crack in the slab anywhere, except one place. And it's where they added on this laundry room and living room, where it goes all the way across. But it's a little tiny hairline crack. But it's got a solid foundation. I mean, the slab on the original part of the house is at least a foot deep with some rebar in it. The whole house is lined with copper pipe, tongue and groove roofing. I'm not trying to show y'all my life, but excuse the mess right now. This is my laundry room. This is my little workspace. I plan on cleaning this up. That's going in the trailer once I open it up. I'll be getting me a bigger toolbox. That's one door I'm gonna replace. That goes to a bathroom. This is the living room. That's my German Shepherd right there. That's my car collection that I've built over the years. Since I was a teenager, I've been building model cars, but I hadn't done none in about, you know, almost 10 years or longer. So, yeah, this is my collection. Fireplace, rotten entertainment center is about to fall apart. Big 65-inch flat screen. Need to replace that. The entertainment center to hold it. And this is where my bathroom is at. But this is one of the doors that need to be replaced. It's coming out the frame because it's so old. That's one door I've already replaced. So yeah, this is my parts list. As you can see, I got K1 billet fours rods for 6 of them. That's that price. Computer programming system where I can adjust my timing, reprogram the computer to handle 600cc injectors. That's $1,100. The injectors alone are $538. Wiseco Pro pistons, $723. All the AMS oil, $220. That's break-in oil, or synthetic oil change, assembly lube, all kind of stuff. Oil pan spacer with the adapters for turbo oil return, $94. Engine gasket set, Rock Auto, Fel Pro for $86. Darton MID sleeves, $1,000 for a set of 6. And of course, I'm gonna be studding the heads and the mains. That's $271 and $159. Cosworth head gaskets, that's $200 a piece. So that's $400 total. Brian Crower valve springs, I'll be putting those in. That's $158. Timing set. It don't need one, but when you're tearing down a motor, go ahead and replace it. If you can, just go and replace the oil pump. Me, I probably won't replace the oil pump because the car was made in Japan. It's a Japanese oil pump. And if I order a new one, it'll probably come from Taiwan, Mexico, Korea, or Germany or someplace like that. So I probably won't even replace the oil pump. I'll probably leave that alone. It's pumping good oil pressure, 90 pounds cold, 30 pounds hot. If you rev it up on a cold motor, it'll go up to 120. I mean, that's more oil pressure than my damn Nova was pumping out. So I'm gonna leave the oil pump alone. Timing set, I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. The flywheel is $308, so a total of $5,745.85 is what it's gonna cost me to do this engine rebuild. The flywheel for $308 is full aluminum. So I want to go ahead and replace this. I already replaced the flywheel once to a steel flywheel. I just want to go ahead and replace it to aluminum, shave some weight off, and it'll shave weight, give it the ability to build RPMs a lot faster. I'm also going to try to go with aluminum harmonic balancer or a fluid harmonic balancer. I'm sorry, this video is going on about 30 minutes. But that's my parts list. The turbo is about $1,800, so really and truly, for a full turbo build motor with the turbo kit, might as well be looking at about, $8,000. So I'm still way under that $10,000 mark building a turbo engine. Most of these guys spend $10,000, $15,000 just by building a motor, and that's not even counting the turbo kit. But just without my turbo kit, which is $1,800, it's gonna cost me about $5,700 to build this. So that's why I'm making the videos for broke people like me, building an affordable, solid, bulletproof turbo motor. That's the purpose of me making these videos. So if you want to catch these videos in the future, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's also a good thing I'm waiting to do this build. Not right now, might be sometime this year or next March at the latest that I'll be starting the videos on this. So hopefully within the that month, a few months time, I'll accumulate enough subscribers to where everybody will get to see this, share it with their friends, and show them that it is possible for broke people like me. And if you're watching this and you work, you pay bills, you're supporting a family, I just want to make a video to show it's possible to build a turbo engine on a budget. So you ain't gotta spend $10,000 on a G-Ready turbo kit. To get you a turbo kit, I'm gonna show y'all how to build a motor, and then when you want to upgrade the turbo, the motor's already built, it can handle it. So now of course there's gonna be spare parts like condenser might have to be replaced. It's $50. Radiator support's gonna be replaced. That's $460. But that's common stuff. I mean, stuff like that wears out. You're gonna have to replace that sooner or later. Belts, hoses, there's stuff that I'm gonna come across that needs to be replaced. I'm gonna go in and have to replace.